Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. I hope this recording finds you in good health. Bitcoin barely holding on to $27,000, we will have to wait and see what the remainder of this week has in store for us, but Ethereum is 1639 XRP at 51 cents. Currently, we're watching an interview with Joe Lubin, the scumbag who is everyone's favorite rap artist. I know Gary claims a lot of things are securities, but what about Ethereum? Was the inquiry posed to him. And he should be able to explain to you why Ethereum has certain qualities that make it not a security. This guy is just saying that because the SEC has previously stated that Ethereum is not a security, it is difficult for Gary Gensler to argue otherwise. In other words, he is essentially saying that we bought off Hinman for the well-known speech, which is fortunate because it puts the SEC in a difficult situation. It only goes to demonstrate how effective that speech was. The SEC may very well decide to change their direction. However, Hinman, a troublesome citizen, went on this solo trip and gave Ethereum hero speeches. At the time, I was excited about cryptocurrencies and thought, hey, they're saying something good about crypto, that's great. I was unaware that they would forcefully close the door. However, Joe Lubin appeared dishonest during that interview. You can check it out on Twitter, of course. Regulators in New York, however, declared yesterday that they were eliminating Doge and XRP and that they had this green light list, which permits you to hold and market these coins without the need for further documentation or regulatory scrutiny. Their main justification was that these cryptocurrencies should be removed from the list since they are sold to retail customers. As everyone knows by now, this is a load of bullshit. We are discussing a cryptocurrency that was brought before a judge who, after considering all the factors, declared that the asset was a commodity rather than a security. XRP is one among the things that ought to be allowed to trade lawfully. Beyond that Ripple, the organization must bid on licenses to use XRP for payments. For example, removing XRP from the green light list is illegal, and I'm sure Gary Gensler made a brief call there. They are pawns of the present government. Here, that's the only thing we're considering. I have a question for you right now. Since Dark Horse is a well-known Twitter user in the XRP community. Additionally, he had commented that, in his opinion, Ripple ought to intervene and refute absurd claims, such as those that are obviously false, such $50,000 buybacks and similar claims. What should Ripple be doing in this situation, in your opinion? And making remarks on unrelated topics? If it's something that involves them, like Ripple's, doing this, then it would be okay to comment on, was my first thought. But going beyond that, I believe that assuming control over the XRP ledger and acting as its police officer could be problematic, all the stuff they don't discuss? That appears to be their official seal of approval, thus we should only view the things they pursue as scams. Personally, I don't think they should delve into conspiracy theories, price forecasts, or any other type of general XRP community-related content. However, he makes a strong argument that perhaps they ought to intervene more frequently and call attention to information that is obviously incorrect. Yet again, in my opinion, they ought to intervene if it has anything to do with their business practices, is evidently wrong, and is circulating globally. In any case, I'm curious about your thoughts on it. Today, we witnessed a little courtroom drama involving Fried's father, Sam Bateman, and Joe Bregman, who was earning $200,000 annually. He believed his pay was insufficient. For FTX, what was he doing? That's why I'm curious, what precisely was his job? However, he had Fried's mother, Sam Pittman, involved. Given his excellent performance, why wasn't he receiving $1 million yearly income? To make matters worse, his requests for a general wage were unreasonable. The parents were given a $10 million present and a $16.4 million beach house in the Bahamas, it was revealed in court. And the thing that bothers me the most about this is that, even though Sam Pittman was let free, he still has the option to pay his parents a fine or give them presents. However, this money comes from investor funds that came from your pocket rather than Sam's, and even if I didn't use FTX, it would have come from my pocket. And I hope that every single penny that Sam and his parents took from that illegal venture is recovered by the bankruptcy estate. Today, it was revealed that USDC had been launched on Polkadot. This means that parent chains and Polkadot would have direct access to USDC without the need for a bridge, which is a significant advancement for Polkadot. However, there is still much work being done within that ecosystem. Although I believe we have written things on the horizon there, the price action has been heard on this. Thus, X will be switching to a completely paid service as of right now. Thus, it goes beyond only the Twitter Blue or X Premium accounts, or whatever name you give them, where you have to pay for various extra services in addition to algorithmic enhancements. On Twitter, Elon demanded that you give him something right away, but no one said how much. However, that worries me. This, in my opinion, is a public good that should be available to everybody. Since some individuals might not be able to pay $1 or $2 each month, I believe it would be troublesome if he went that route. Furthermore, I don't think it will be good for the platform. I know that getting rid of bots is a really difficult task. That's just not how I think we should approach things. They're heading in the correct track because you're going to drive away a significant number of users and significantly shrink the Twitter audience. That, in my opinion, would destroy the platform. So, we'll watch how things work out. Again, though, I don't believe that's a very good idea. You must grant free access to all users. Charging for premium features is okay. However, it is crucial to remember that everyone should have access to real-time news and developments on Twitter, since many people use it for that purpose. Also, you might use ads in this way. It's as easy as figuring out how to fight off bots, you know. Additionally, a bot will most likely give you a few bucks every month because it is profiting off people's scams and doesn't seem to worry that additional cases involving cryptocurrency exchanges and DeFi are expected to arise. They will definitely make a strong effort to challenge and pursue some of these protocols, in my opinion. I'm not sure how many exchanges remain. From what I can tell, everyone has either settled or is being sued by the SEC right now. I'm not sure where these cases are coming from. However, there are two things we can always look forward to at the end of the fiscal year: settlements. As you recall, my annual prediction that the ripples would settle at the end of the fiscal year never materialized. However, there were a number of settlements that were announced before that date. If any settlements materialize, they most likely won't involve cryptocurrencies. Coinbase is the only one that I believe would be relevant. Simply put, I don't see that happening right now. However, there's also a rush of new cases, and I predict that we will see a lot of people being sued or named in SEC lawsuits. I expect this to pick up here in the upcoming months. It doesn't have to happen on that day, but it usually does. As they prepare for the upcoming year, we'll see a lot of activity and a lot of new suits rolling out. You already know which way they're going to go, or they're going to go after DeFi, or you. No, there are more NFT cases. Who knows, though, how the SEC is going to handle things in the near future. Look out for influential people. We haven't seen a lot of that activity, as I've been saying, but I predict that the number of people who are considered to be crypto influencers will increase. Last but not least, CZ and Binance are battling the SEC tooth and nail. You have to exercise caution here, as we constantly attempt to defend the crypto industry's participants by claiming that the SEC is wicked. Binance had a significant case where the SEC requested access to their software systems. The judge will not permit them to do so, at least not right now. However, you should not believe that all issues are solely tied to Nance. As US regulators are aware, you may also encounter issues with your international operations. Many CEOs from the US and other countries are seen jumping ship. This is not fortunate. And once more, if they fail, it will not only hurt them immediately but also leave a lasting taint on the entire business. One thing that bothers me about Nance is that, regardless of the dispute, they are always at the center of it. Whether you go to Luna, they were FTX, or they were a major participant. Yes, they gave them their start. Basically, when he pulls the plug, everything goes haywire, because everyone knows he's got his hands in there. There doesn't seem to be a good man or evil guy in this argument. To me, it's both awful and worse. I'm not sure which one it is, but I always want to support the cryptocurrency player and push for a more regulated environment. However, occasionally one must examine concerning indicators, and they are all present for Binance. The main one, in my opinion, is that the DOJ will file charges against Nance and CZ if they intervene, which they haven't done despite claiming for years that they will. And they still haven't done so why is that? Because they have a not very strong in that regard. Although everything we've read indicates that they have more than enough evidence to take action, they don't have a lot of it. And they simply decline. I'm not sure why they're taking so long on this matter. I sincerely hope that the SEC is simply fabricating information as it always does. You are aware that neither the international website nor Nance are experiencing any negative issues. However, I'm just experiencing this. It doesn't matter, you never know what might be bubbling behind the hood here. We have to go beyond all of the negative actors in the end. As the truth will surface. All I would advise is that you approach cautiously and don't assume that the SEC is incorrect in this instance. They may not be able to appear in court or they may be incompetent, obtain the resources they require. They're simply a poor regulator, but that doesn't imply that they're in error in this instance and that Nance is correct. Please comment below with your thoughts, and as usual, please like and subscribe. See you later, bye.